We go to New York.
Why?
For the first time in its 170-year history, the mayoralship, Mayor Eric Adams becomes the first mayor to be indicted on a federal probe in regards to corruption and money laundering.
What?
What a shocker.
Well, why don't you cry about it?
I'm Jazz Berganzo on this. Gee, corruption in politics? That never happens.
I told you so. Just doesn't quite say it.
But it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Daily dose, common sense, facts, and salt. Happy Thursday. Corruption in politics. You know, it's an anomaly. We never see it. It's like Halley's Comet. Every once in 75 years, you see it shoot across the sky and say, hey, what's that? That's corruption in politics. Then again, I've got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you to for $1. Anyway, speaking of Brooklyn, New York, Mayor Eric Adams, the Honorable Mayor Eric Adams, becomes the first mayor in that historic city, in the history of the mayoralship, to be indicted on a federal probe in regards to corruption regarding money laundering to his campaign. Gee, who didn't see that coming? And here's, sorry. And here we go. This comes out of New York Post. Eric Adams becomes the first sitting New York mayor indicted in a historic federal probe, claims feds persecuting him over the migrant crisis. No, but we'll talk about that as well. Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted by a grand jury on charges of connection to a federal probe, told the Post, as the defiant mayor claimed he was being persecuted by the federal government for speaking about the city's migrant crisis. The historic indictment, the first for a sitting New York mayor, is expected to be unsealed Thursday by U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. According to sources, the news was first reported by the New York Times. Adams will surrender to authorities early next week, sources say. Details about the exact accusations remain unclear, but it's believed to be a connection to allegation of the Turkish government illegally funneling money into his mayoral campaign in exchange for gifts. No, because that never happens. Sources told the city that the mayor is facing a charge of acting as an unregistered foreign agent after accepting donations from foreign entities. I always knew if I stood my ground for New Yorkers that I would be a target, and a target I became, Adams said in a statement to the Post. If I am charged, I am innocent, and I will fight this with every ounce of my strength and spirit. Ooh, that's fierce. In a video statement later released, Adams said he wouldn't step down and pledged to fight these injustices with every ounce of my strength and spirit. Excuse me. And of course, there is the cover. I am a target, because of course you are. I will request an immediate trial so that the New Yorkers can hear the truth. New Yorkers know my story. They know where I come from, that I've been fighting for injustice my entire life. The fight has continued as your mayor. Despite our pleas with the federal government did nothing against broken immigration policies, overloaded our shelter system with no relief, I put the people of New York before party and politics. Do you now? Well, surprise to me. A rep for the U.S. Attorney's Office of Southern District of New York, which is prosecuting the case, declined to comment. Sources told the Post that two others, Adams' top campaign fundraiser, Brianna Suggs, and Director of Asian Affairs, Winnie Greco, Director of Asian Affairs, that's a thing? Okay, are expected to be named in the indictment. At least three others are expected to be charged. However, the Post could not immediately confirm their identities. Following the news and indictment, cops set up barriers outside Gracie Mansion, the mayor's home, and forced reporters back from the house. About 11:50 p.m., Adams' ex-chief of staff, Frank Camone, emerged from the property. When asked by reporters if Adams was distracted by the legal trouble, Camone replied, "Not at all." Then about a half hour later, three black SUVs were seen leaving the mansion with their emergency lights flashing. Yes, to get Adams the hell out of Dodge. It's uncertain about how the indictment is related to a sweep of September 4 raids that targeted several high-profile Adams administration officials, which sent City Hall into a weeks-long tailspin as as news reports emerged. The investigations focused on alleged corruption by the mayor's inner circle. By Wednesday morning, word had spread that a senior City Hall official would be indicted, sending staff into a panic throughout the day. The indictment unveiling will come after federal prosecutors recently demanded City Hall cough up all communications between Adams' administration, Turkey, and 5 other foreign countries amid the long-running probe. Adams, in 21 campaign, had previously seen had been served with subpoenas for information on its campaign donations, specifically those that ties to Turkey, told to the Post. Interesting. Sprawling records request that came in July, batch of subpoenas, seeking details on all interactions between the administration officials and Israel, China, Qatar, South Korea, Uzbekistan, the sources admitted. The sources added. Excuse me, sorry about that. Wow, I got a frog in my throat. Adams, City Hall, and his election committee were also hit with grand jury subpoenas that same month, with the feds obtaining text messages, documents, and other communications and materials. Adams, who had been a vocal critic of the Biden administration's soft immigration policies as the Big Apple was flooded with more than 250,000 migrants, illegals, since 2022, accusing the federal government of leaving New York to fend for itself. Sorry about that. Wow, I had to clear my throat. Apologize for that. Anyway, corruption in City Hall. That never happens. Getting money from a foreign country, for benefits, for gifts. That never happens. Scratch my back and I kiss your ass. That never happens. Always. Always does. But anyway, the immigration crisis that's going on in New York. The fact of the matter is that when you have a Democrat mayor in a sanctuary city say, hey, you know what? If you keep on dumping illegals on us, the city is going to collapse. It's going to ruin the city. It's going to wreck the city. Remember that? He said that in a town hall meeting. He says if you keep sending illegals here, it's going to ruin the city. It's going to wreck the city. Never heard a Democrat say that. That illegals, who they depend on their votes, says, you know what? You're turning New York City into trash. So he thinks that's what this is about. Oh no. If it turns out that your administration, your campaign was receiving money from other people's, well, that's a problem, isn't it? But then again, you speaking out against the regime's, illegals being flooded into your city, saying that it's a bad thing, even though your city put them up in hotels, kicking people out to put them in, that's on you. But anyway, just facts. So we're going to see where this goes. And it's going to be fun. And if it turns out that Adams is just like every other politician, taking money, getting their palms greased for favors, should be no surprise. But if it turns out that he's innocent, it'll be good. It'll be really good. But then again, I don't expect it. I don't expect that at all. Corruption in politics is as long as the day is. Sun's hot, water's wet, corruption in politics. It's what it is. It's the reason why the country's so fucked up. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is what's next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.